The markets are looking a little bit shook up at the moment. They're after your Bitcoin with BlackRock's biggest outflow of ETF Bitcoin being seen this month. We're going to be looking at that. We're going to be looking also at the bubbles. We'll have a look at the market and we'll go through very quick what I think has happened to the T3 here. And we're going to see whether that flips. Most importantly, we're going to go through the actual bots and some of the actual entries that we most recently got. 9 wins in a row, absolutely amazing. I'm also going to be setting up this Excel spreadsheet, guys, so you can see the actual strategies that I'm actually trading at the moment. The ones that I'm doing to build this equity curve here, which has actually had 36,237%, I wish, no dollars, in profit currently at the moment. So if that sounds something good, if you don't mind subscribing, don't forget to hit that bell button. I do videos every single day where we're going to be updating the bots and how you can trade bots and become an algo trader in cryptocurrencies. Right, first things first, as I said earlier, we have a big outflow of Bitcoins, BlackRock's mainly, but most of the ETFs are having quite a big outflow, as you can see currently at the moment, with the biggest ones coming from the IBIT BlackRock ETF. Momentum has cooled down, but we are kind of having a bit of a flip this morning with the altcoins actually looking a little bit more bullish at the moment on the daily. Over the week, you're probably all feeling it. Unfortunately, we're in the red and there is lots of pain in the market and blood in the market at the moment. Here is currently what I see. If we go over to the Bitcoin on the daily, on the T3, which is my favorite momentum indicator. Now I have back tested hundreds and hundreds of indicators, and this is probably my favorite trend direction indicator, which is the T3. You can get it for free of charge off of davidtech.com/indicators, where you'll be able to find this indicator here. It's free and open source. So what I'm kind of expecting here, guys, is for the T3 has actually already turned red, which means that we're in a drawback. Doesn't mean it's the end of the bull market, but does mean that we're actually in drawdown at the moment. I currently expect us to make a lower high here, which will turn into an ABC pattern that will look something like this. Generally, when the T3 goes red, we have a ABC pattern that looks very much like this one just here, where we can actually get an optimal entry as we reverse back over. I personally don't trade manually in the slightest. I only bot trade. But when the T3 on the daily goes red, generally we see a 10% drawdown, 8 to 10% drawdown, and we are currently sitting at 6% drawdown. So we could expect that to be the first leg down. And then we look for a bigger leg down of roughly the same, but a bigger leg down because obviously we're making a higher low. Here, let me pull this over here, just like that. And generally we see around an 8% again, creating a new low here. We're gonna, they go in, liquidate all of the long positions from here, take out your stop losses, and then push the market higher. That's kind of what I can see what's happening. Obviously, like I said, I am not a manual trader. I'm probably the worst trader in the world, but I do like to know what's going on in the markets, and that's what I see for Bitcoin. Moving on to the bots, as we can see here, Bitcoin has been the hardest bot for me to actually trade this year. I have been actually building this Excel spreadsheet. Around 6 months ago, I started a challenge which was $10,000 to $1 million. I actually created a second account which allowed me to have $20,000 on different exchanges and making it better for me to diversify my portfolio. I then also put them all onto copy trading so you can actually see them on Bybit. I don't expect you to go and copy trade them because there's fees. But if you go over to the David Tech website, you can actually see all of the strategies and you can copy them with just one click on the David Tech website, totally for free as well. Now I'm making this Excel spreadsheet available where you can actually see my equity curve as it grows. I started back in January, the 16th of January. I can show you on the David Tech website the 16th of January. If I go over to the dashboard over here, you'll be able to see that it started off at 10K all the way back here, and we're currently at $56,000. I only started the Excel spreadsheet back in April, I think it was. So as you can see, we have a total P&L of $36,237 on a 20k account, which means that, yeah, we're doing pretty well. We're currently up around 181% on that account. You can see each and every day I'm updating it to give you the updates on how that account is actually going. If I would have bought Bitcoin at $104,000, which was the price when I started this challenge on the 16th of January, and Bitcoin's price is $114,000. If I would have bought $20,000 today, I'd currently be up almost $2,000, $1,958. But this account here is currently up $36,000. Max drawdown is 3.7%, so 4% in that time. And we have a current win rate of 61%, which I think is pretty cool. So like I said, you'll be able to get hold of this sheet in the description down below. You'll be able to see all of the actual David Tech strategies. We can click them and open them up inside of the David Tech website, where you can see the backtesting and the forward testing results all on the site. So when it's green, that was backtesting. This was the day that I stopped backtesting and then put it into forward testing. And as you can see, the red or the pink color here is when it's live trading. You can see screenshots from TradingView. You can get it analyzed by AI. You can do all of those wonderful things to make sure that you can put full trust into this bot. Because I know that there's a lot of excitement around bots currently at the moment. There's loads of people jumping into bots, but the most important thing, if anything I could say to anybody, is backtest and forward test your actual strategies. Don't jump into strategies unless they have a backtest. Somebody tells you that you can jump into their strategies. Make sure you get a backtest and a forward test of that strategy before. So let's have a look at some of the entries that we've got. Something that's been pretty cool recently is this Dodge actual strategy. I think it had something like 13 wins in a row, as you can see here. 13 wins is absolutely insane. Recently it had 3 losses, but 13 wins in a row, and all of that thanks to the McGinley. No, this is the liquidity MA, which is a absolutely brilliant indicator. We also have a couple of other indicators, including the Bollinger Bands here, that help us to get in and confirm our entries. Now, if you're interested in some of these strategies, I will put a strategy in the cards above, where I'm doing a full back test of any of these strategies so that you can see. My idea is to use multiple indicators for our entry, 1 for trend direction, 2 for the actual confirmation, and then we make sure that there's enough volume and volatility in the market with another indicator. Then we set our stop losses to an ATR and make sure that we do risk management as well as we possibly can. So very, very important when you're actually trading bots to make sure you do all of those. Indicators are great, but by themselves, they're just like putting tinsel on a Christmas tree unless you actually build a full system around those bots. So let's continue. We have another one here which has been doing, and probably one of the favorite strategies in the David Tech suite, or is the ARB strategy for ARB-USDT from Arbitrum USDT. As you can see, it's taken lots and lots of wins recently. We've had 4 losses, but the wins absolutely do weigh out the actual losses here on this ARB strategy here. Now, another one on Pepe, which took, I think, 6 or 7 trades and actually had wins in a row. We've had 3 losses in a row, but like I said, that actually is completely weighed out by the number of wins that we had in a row just there. Now, these are all obviously positive R&R strategies. These aren't strategies that have a risk to reward of -1 or whatever it is. They're all positive R&R strategies. I'm not trying to pull a cotton over your raw eyes. You can see everything on the David Tech website to make sure that it's all working. This one here is on ETH, and that one flipped bullish recently, but actually took a loss. This one here is using the ATR bands and a couple of other indicators. I think it's using Heikingashi CE, so the Chandelier exit indicator, the LSMA, which is this yellow line here, which gives us our trend direction. This one's been doing pretty well, as you can see on the charts, but we had one loss most recently. Over to Link USDT, another amazing strategy here. We're using the T3 for trend direction here, and as you can see, we took a short recently on the 1st of August. And we've been taking quite a few trades since the middle of July. Each and every one of those trades, except for one, has actually been a winner. So we're doing very well on that one as well. Now guys, for recent entries, the only real recent entry that I'm getting currently today is this Pipit entry, where we're currently at 0.010341, where we have an entry just there. And where our take profit is at 0.011027. The stop loss is at 0.010096, as you can see on the charts just here. That currently is one of the only entries that I have currently open on Bybit at the moment. If we go over to Bybit, we can actually see my entries here on these copy trading accounts. You can see all of them live. I don't expect you really to go and copy them because there is a profit share of 10% just here. You're better off going over to David Tech website and actually pressing on the links inside the Excel spreadsheet, because you can get them actually directly on there, and it's totally free of charge without any profit sharing. The idea of this is just to be a little bit more transparent, so you can see each and every one of these trades actually in losses, in wins. You can see where I've had wins in a row, losses in a row just here. These aren't exactly the same strategies as the ones that I'm running on my $10,000 strategy, but they are very, very similar, if not most of them. I just haven't put all of the strategies on them, so you might not see all of the entries, but you'll see most of them. So this one here, we can go over, we can see that the RNI for 90 days is 16%. Max drawdown is 3% or 4% almost, and we have a win rate of 63%. If I go back over to my spreadsheet here, you can see that the actual win rate and max drawdown is very similar. We have very, very similar max drawdown and win rate to here. Now, for my actual challenge, what I was trying to do was to change 10,000 into $1 million. The target will be around 4 years for me to be able to do that, so it's going to be a long challenge. I am using only 1 to 3% of my equity for each and every one of these trades. We're using multiple bots, risking less than 3% with the stop loss. Compounding, currently at the moment, we are at 13.7% each month. Now, I don't expect to be able to hold that up throughout the whole year, although I'd actually love to, because if we manage to do 13%, that's 213%. If we manage to do 13% and we did 20k using compounding effects here, and we did that every month over the next 5 years, that would turn that into, oops, I accidentally need to go over here and set that to monthly. That would turn that into 30 million. Now I'm aiming more for a 8% and maybe even a little bit less, an 8% every month, and that would turn the $20,000 over 5 years into $2 million. Now I do expect when I get to 1 million to be to take some profit and to decrease the trade sizes. So I probably won't be that high in 5 years time, sorry. So that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm trying to do things. A little bit of an update on that. You can also see all of the David Tech strategies here on the actual Excel spreadsheet. You can see the ones that I'm actually running, and I will be adding new ones every single day, for every single week for the next 30 weeks or 30 days. Whatever I decide to do, and I'll be adding them here so that you can find new strategies that I'm currently running every single day. So guys, I hope that that's going to be helpful to you. I really, all I want is for everybody to be as profitable as possible. I want you to go through and trade bots. I don't want you to do it like with no experience. I'm going to be sharing all of the experience that I've got. Most importantly, make sure that you backtest all of your trading strategies, no matter who tells you that their bots are fantastic. Make sure you get a backtest of that actual bot before throwing money into it, and even better, a forward test, because even backtests can fall off of the graph as soon as you put them into a live market. Never trust anybody, including me. Make sure you do your due diligence. I'm not in the slightest a financial advisor. Once again, thank you for joining me. I will be back here tomorrow with another update on the portfolio. I'll be going through some of the updates in the cryptocurrency world, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, trade like a boss, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Come on, David, and once again he's gone to code a new strategy. He'll be back in just 5 minutes. RSI and MACD.